Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we head to Washington State for yet another right to travel fail, where a sovereign citizen gets pulled over by Spokane Valley PD for speeding while driving his kids to school. He thinks because a cop gave him a break on a previous stop, he should be allowed to drive without a license. So he demands a supervisor, which ends up being the best part of the video because he destroys every single argument he makes. Hence the length of the video. Right, let's get into it.
Is he doing things
I'm recording. I can
That's fine.
record.
You can record all day long.
Yeah.
I'm recording
Okay.
too. I need you to grab your driver's license, registration, and proof of insurance.
I don't have a driver's license. I don't have a registration, and I'm not required to have a driver's license or a registration.
And you don't have an ID card on you.
I do have an ID card.
I will take your ID card, please.
And I apologize for speeding. Just trying to get the kids.
You apologize for what?
For speeding. Just trying to get the kids.
Okay. Well, I appreciate your apology for speeding. So confirm you do not have insurance on this car.
Yes, I'm not required to. This is my personal automobile.
Okay. So by you saying yes, you mean no, you do not have insurance on this car.
Yes.
Okay.
I've been through it a couple
this vehicle
times.
is not registered at all?
No, I've been through it several times.
How long have you owned this vehicle?
For about almost 2 years now.
2 years?
Yeah.
Okay.
My VIN number is up there.
I know your VIN number's up there. I'll check it here in just a minute. Okay. Did you buy it private party or?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
So you're speeding with kids in the car. Well, that's not a good start, is it? But you're also driving without a license, no insurance and no registration. But worse still, you think this is perfectly acceptable?
What if I check the VIN?
And a traffic infraction is a crime?
A traffic infraction is a civil infraction for which I can stop you for.
Okay.
It is probable cause to stop. 7 Adam 17095. Also, driving without license plates or a registered vehicle on a public roadway is also a traffic infraction for which I can stop you for.
Yeah, that's if I have a license. I've been working with a judge on what's going on.
So that's your opinion. However, it's an incorrect opinion.
It's the Constitution.
Okay, give me just a minute. I'll be right back with you, Sherman.
Thank you.
Is your address still current on here?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
So this quote-unquote judge you've been working with, is it the same person who gave you the paperwork we see later on in the video by any chance? Because if it is, then I'm sorry to have to break this to you, but that person is not a real judge, because no judge would ever tell you to drive without a license.
So interestingly enough, this thing actually was registered to you. The registration expired last year in July of 2022.
And I learned my constitutional rights, so I'm not going to be getting it registered.
Oh, that was when you learned your constitutional rights? Gotcha. Okay, perfect. All right, so I'm issuing you several notices of infraction. The first of which is for speeding 10 miles an hour over the speed limit. The second is for expired registration over 2 months. The third is for operating a motor vehicle without proof of insurance.
Okay.
The fourth is for no valid operator's license with a valid identification. And the fifth is operating a motor vehicle without license plates.
Okay.
You have 30 days to respond to district court. Address is right here. 4 options explained at the top right-hand corner. Make sure you read through each one of those.
And my constitutional rights of freedom of travel is my opinion. Is that what you were saying earlier?
I'm sorry?
My constitutional
I'm not
rights
saying your constitutional rights are your opinion. I'm saying the way that you view them is your opinion.
Okay, and...
Not fact.
Okay.
So there's your driver's license back.
Okay.
You don't have a valid driver's license, don't drive. Take care and drive safe.
Well, okay.
Ouch, 5 citations, that's really going to hurt. But surely he's not stupid enough to drive away with the cop still sitting there, is he? What am I saying? That's exactly what he's going to do.
I gotta get the kids to school.
Nothing, sit back.
Oh, shoot. Hold on. Yeah, I know. I got my information so you can see. Hey, can I show you something real quick?
What are you showing me? You and I are going to have this conversation right now?
I know.
You and I are going to have this conversation. You can have it with a judge.
Okay, but
You can go have it with a judge.
But I know, but it's under the Constitution. Washington resides it, and I will have it
If
with
you
the judge.
drive, we will stop you again and we will issue you a ticket. Do you understand that?
But can I at least get the kids to school?
Sir?
No, you cannot drive. You don't have a valid driver's license.
Can I?
You've just been cited for driving without a license, and now you're asking this cop who gave you the citations if you can drive without a license. Did you get dropped on your head as a child? Because that's the only explanation I can come up with for you to ask such a dumb question.
Can I
Get a license.
Can I
No, I'm not gonna.
can I get a supervisor?
You can, but we're not gonna wait. So here's
Well,
the
can I
deal.
get a supervisor to meet me right here?
We'll let them know that you want to talk to someone. But here's the deal. All the things you're showing us have been argued and debated and
In Supreme Court. And Washington falls underneath the Supreme Court.
Right,
And it
Supreme
shows in
Court.
here. It shows in here. And I have
There
all
are-
of the paperwork to back it up, the RCWs and everything.
there are
Okay, first of all, there are no Supreme Court cases that say you can drive or operate a motor vehicle without a license. Anyone out there claiming there is, well, they're telling you porkies, I'm afraid. Same goes for the commerce argument, because states issue both commercial and non-commercial driver's licenses. Also, citing RCWs that you think support your argument while ignoring the ones that don't is called cherry picking.
There are countless RCWs. There are countless states.
I'm not registered. I'm not a commerce vehicle.
No, you are not registered. That's part of why.
Yeah,
you
and
got
I'm not a
ticket.
commerce vehicle, and I don't have a driver's license. Therefore,
Sir,
I don't fall underneath the state
There are
law.
case laws that don't support what you're saying.
Apple and Sergeant.
Okay, so
Well, I've ran into 5 officers already, and they said, "Sir, you're well within your rights." And you guys are the only ones that are being pricks
I
about
have
it.
a feeling that's a little horse pucky.
It's not. I've only received 1 other ticket, and that was the first time I got stopped. Every other time I've got stopped, they're respecting
So I
my
have a
constitutional
supervisor
rights.
here coming to talk to you.
Okay.
Actually, not one of those cops told him he was well within his rights to drive without a license. I know this because no cop in their right mind would give that kind of advice. Well, at least I hope not. And because he recorded the other stops and posted them to YouTube. He did get a ticket, I think, for no license plate in one video, and the other 2 he was given a break and a warning. And as we all know, softsits always use this as validation for their beliefs, and it gives them the confidence to carry on breaking the law.
Okay.
You are not to drive. If you drive again, I'm going to stop you.
Okay,
and I'm
I
gonna
will
write you
wait for
another
him right here.
Perfect.
What's your guys'
ticket.
badge
My
number?
name's on the ticket.
Okay, and what's
And
your...
the
My name is Deputy Spencer.
Okay, and you guys are not holding up the Constitution, or you the oath to hold up the
Oh, I uphold the
Constitution?
Constitution every single day of my life.
Okay, so then you're
I
violating my
believe
rights
that you
for
are
the freedom of
incorrect on your assumption of what the Constitution
And you're not doing
says.
your due diligence to educate yourself?
Oh, I know. You're doing the due diligence to not educate yourself.
Okay, well, okay.
Okay, I have a sergeant coming to talk to you.
Thank you. Now they're telling me that I can't drive when I have every right to travel and threatening under arrest, which is illegal. I have every right to travel.
Just so you're aware, you are free to leave at this point if you want to walk. You are not allowed to drive. You understand?
I'm traveling.
You understand what I just said?
Yeah, I'm traveling. Do you want to call this school and tell me he's going to be late?
Yeah, and tell them why as well. Tell them that Daddy got pulled over for speeding and driving his kids to school in an unregistered, uninsured vehicle. And although he's free to leave, he's playing soft-sit games and demanding a supervisor so he can spew his word salad at him. Dad of the year.
I'm not going to stand here and talk with you about this.
Sir,
You wait for my sergeant.
Okay, but sir, but you're a peace
You can
officer.
wait for my sergeant.
Okay.
I'm not going to stand here and talk with you.
But I need your help.
Okay, that's fantastic.
Sir,
You
you're
can-
a
You
peace-
can get help from my sergeant.
Sir, you're a peace officer.
I understand that.
Now you're threatening me. You're treating me like I'm a threat
How am
to
I
you.
threatening? That
No,
makes
you're
no
treating me
sense
like
at
I'm a
all.
threat to you because you're not helping me. That's your duty. You're here to help. You're here to help citizens.
That's
You're not here to
fantastic.
be
And
an
here's
asshole.
the deal. You want to talk to a sergeant?
I have every
you're
right
going
to
get
show you
that.
my stuff.
First of all, you seriously need to learn the meaning of words like threatening and rights, because you're misusing both of those words, and in the whiniest way possible, I might add. And secondly, he's there to enforce the law, not waste time debating what you think the law is on the side of the road. That's what court is for.
I'm not here to look at your stuff. I know.
You're being ignorant
I
to
know
the law.
both the Constitution and the Revised Code
Yeah.
of Washington.
The Revised Code of Washington does not apply. It applies to motor vehicles, but not recreational vehicles. And that's the part you're not understanding.
That's fantastic.
And you're treating me like I'm some dick to you.
And so with that,
You're being a tyrant.
I'm not being a tyrant.
Yes, you are, because you're not revised. You're not.
So you saying that I'm a tyrant? That is your opinion?
Yeah, that's
We're
my
not going to
opinion.
have any more conversation on the matter. Go way back at your car.
I don't have to wait at my car. I have a freedom of right to walk.
You don't get to stand around walking around my car.
Why not? I'm not doing anything.
Right, so he whines and moans for another 10 minutes like this. It's nothing he doesn't repeat to the supervisor, so let's skip ahead to when he arrives. Because, well, it's the best part of the video.
Good morning, Sergeant Noble.
So which RCW are you saying gives you the authority to drive?
The freedom of right to travel.
Right, okay. I'm trying to understand.
I don't want to misconstrue what this gentleman believes, so I'm going to let him explain that to you.
Okay.
Thank you. I appreciate that, sir.
Of course.
Can I talk to you over here, sir?
Absolutely.
Okay, so...
And just so you know, you are being recorded.
Yes, okay, thank you. So I've been exercising my rights lately, and I've been educating myself on my right to travel under my personal property. I'm not a commerce vehicle that's privately owned. I don't have to insure my car or have registration or license plates. Under the revised codes of Washington, I don't apply under the motor vehicle code. This is commercial code of license.
Anytime you operate a vehicle in Washington State, you're required to have that stuff.
No,
And sir, here's the thing.
Yes, and that's for motor vehicles,
Right.
not recreational vehicles, which are defined as non-commercial use
Here's
of
what I'm gonna
vehicles,
tell you.
automobiles. And I've been through this with several officers and supervisors now,
Yep.
and they've all let me go and said, "Well, that's good that you're educating and stretching your rights. We're not going to mess with you. Go ahead and drive. Just be safe."
It's amazing to me how he twists what was said to him during those stops. At no point did they say to him they're not going to mess with him. One gave you a ticket, one gave you a warning, and the other one gave you a break because your car was broken down at the time. He did encourage you to fight for your rights, yes, but at no point did he tell you to go ahead and drive. In fact, he told you can expect to be stopped and cited in the future. But this supervisor is a veteran of 26 years, so he sees through all this BS.
And that's what I'm saying. I've dealt with this so many times already, and he hashed me out a whole bunch of tickets, which I totally understand. If he's uninformed, and if you guys are uninformed, you guys are going to hash me out tickets, but you guys cannot stop me from the right of travel in my own personal property, which is the revised code of Washington. And that's what I'm saying. That's the biggest...
The revised code of Washington says that you have to have a valid driver's license to operate a vehicle in this state.
Yes.
Do you have a valid driver's license?
No. State motor vehicle code does not extend to non-commercial users of the highway, private travelers. I am a private traveler. I'm not a commercial vehicle. You guys are commercial vehicles. Those are commercial vehicles. Anybody who has a license plate on is a commercial vehicle who is insured, who has a driver's license. When you sign that driver's license, you're saying, okay, I revise under the state of Washington. I don't have a driver's license. I'm not revised under the state of Washington, and that's where you guys are pushing the law against somebody who's stretching his rights. And that's what I'm trying to inform you guys is that is illegal. You're taking away my right of travel. And every officer that I've sat with, every supervisor that I sat with on scene, they understood that. They looked into it and they said, "You are free to go." I have not got no tickets since. I've dealt with so many of you guys now.
Again, not what happened, but the fact that you've been stopped this many times in such a short space of time should be a red flag to you that this doesn't work.
And I'm just saying that he cannot stop me from the right of travel, and neither can you. And that's what I'm saying. You guys cannot do that. I can legally leave. I don't need a state license. I don't need registration. I'm not under a license.
You can,
and I can take that to court. But if I travel,
you can absolutely leave. We're
Okay,
not going to tackle you.
And if I travel,
we're not going to put you in
and
handcuffs.
arrest me and take me to jail, then you guys are violating my rights to travel.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Really?
If you choose to drive, then you can get a ticket again. I mean, that's the way this works.
So this revised Washington code is not valid.
Absolutely not.
Do you have the book on you?
I don't need a book. I have it on a computer.
Okay, can we look it up in the computer?
The revised code of
Yes,
Washington that says
please.
you have to have a driver's license?
No, that's it. Yeah. Yes. The difference between travel, public vehicle travel. Yes. Can we look into that, please?
So which title RCW are you looking at? I know, but there should be a title like 46.20.
Well, we can look through. I meant.
And the reason he went so quiet there and couldn't quote an RCW is because this is what he's reading from. A piece of paper with the words Revised Code of Washington in bold letters and then some made up BS underneath. And the supervisor rightly calls him out on it because he can see it for exactly what it is.
This is the Constitution one too. This is driving and traveling. There's a difference, and that's what you guys are not understanding. And if you'd like, I mean, I got to get my kids to school. And
so here's what I'm going to tell you: is what you're providing me right here. This is something. This is somebody's opinion.
No, it's not. I pulled it off of your guys' study.
Right. This is somebody's opinion on what they believe the law to say. Right.
You did not pull this from this. You pulled this from a right to travel website, and you're pinning everything, so your family's safety, your criminal record, and your financial security probably, on an opinion from this dodgy website. Of course, if this was a real RCW, then it would have a number attached to it. I mean, the wording alone should tell you straight away that this is complete BS.
Right? But what I'm telling you is that 4620 requires driver's license.
That's for a driver's license.
Correct.
Yeah, that's for a driver's license. I don't have a driver's license.
And this state requires you to have a driver's license to operate a vehicle. Absolutely does. Yes.
Okay, can we look in the computer and can you educate me?
I don't need to look in the computer. I've been doing this for 26 years.
I know, and that's the thing. People are not stretching their rights and stuff, and they're just allowing to have it. I'm not.
And here's the thing. I understand that you want to say that you're using your right of the Constitution to travel and not have to be inhibited by law and everything else. I get it. Right? This isn't the first time I've dealt with this, and it's not the first time I've heard it.
And you guys are not educating yourself on it. That's what I'm saying.
I am very
educated.
educated.
You're just educated on what you've been taught and what you're not being
What
retaught.
you're doing is you're taking...
When's the last time have you looked into this? When's the last time have you looked into this?
When was the last time I looked at the law?
No, have you looked into the traveling? The right to travel. When's the last time have you looked into the right to travel?
Because I am a Washington State police officer.
Revised under the Washington... Which
right.
revises under the Constitution.
I enforce the laws of the state of Washington.
Which is under the Constitution. Washington revises under the Constitution.
Exactly, the Constitution, specifically the 10th Amendment. You might want to look that one up before you go any further down this rabbit hole, because that amendment gives each state the right to create state laws and statutes.
Washington can be more restrictive than the Constitution.
No, it can't.
Absolutely it can.
Not for traveling, not for my rights.
Maybe you should educate yourself, because federal law is the base standard, right?
Okay, so what do I need to do? Do I need to call a lawyer? Is that what I need so I can leave?
Absolutely, you can call a lawyer.
Okay, what else do I need to do? Because you guys cannot arrest me for my private affairs.
I'm not taking a lawyer's opinion that you're able to drive. You do not have a valid driver's license to operate a vehicle in the state of Washington, from what I've been told. Are you agreeing with that?
No.
You're telling me that you have a valid driver's license.
I don't have a valid driver's license.
Okay.
And so I'm allowed to legally drive.
We can agree that you do not have a valid driver's license.
Yeah, I don't need a driver's license.
But you're saying that you don't have to have a driver's license because you're traveling.
Yes.
You're not in commerce.
Yes.
Right.
Point A to point B, yes.
And Washington State does not recognize that.
Yes, it does.
No.
Oh my goodness, yes it does.
If the state of Washington or any other state in America recognised this travelling not driving malarkey, then they wouldn't be allowed to issue tickets for it. Moral of the story, don't believe everything you read on the internet, because you'll end up like this guy. His kids are still waiting to go to school, by the way, but he doesn't care.
Yes, it does.
And what I would encourage you to do is get a hold of your legislator in your district and tell them that you want to be able to travel and that they should take out the requirement for to have a Washington State driver's license. It's the same thing as having a vehicle registration, right?
Okay.
If you own a vehicle in Washington State, you're required to register the vehicle.
Okay. Can you follow me to the kids' school? And then I'll go straight home and I'll wait for my court date on the 7th.
We can.
What, help you to commit even more offences? Yeah, that's probably one of the dumbest requests I've ever heard. But it gets more bizarre.
We can't follow you. I mean, that is like us allowing you to violate law.
Okay, so then if I get back in my car and I travel and you guys pull me out, arrest me. So traveling is a arrestable offense? Or driving without a license is a arrestable offense?
Do you have ID?
Yeah, I have ID. I have ID.
So no, it's an infraction.
So it's an infraction. So I can keep driving and you keep pulling me down the road and infracting me. No arrest.
I don't know why you would do that.
Well, because you guys are infringing on my rights. And that's what I'm saying. It's not a crime. It's not a crime to drive. And that's what I'm saying. Another thing is that you guys are so supposed to be focused on crime, not violating constitutional rights. You guys are peace officers. You guys are not people to enforce something that is...
We're just enforcing Washington state law.
Okay, well, Washington
State law says you have to have a driver's license.
So then, will you guys give me a ticket every time I keep driving? Because I need to get the kids to school.
I think the look of disbelief on the cop's face should answer that question for you, shouldn't it? But now he follows that dumb question up with this humdinger of a statement.
Either you give me a ticket one time, because I can only be prosecuted for one ticket. And if I drive home...
That's not true either.
No, I meant for one issue. And one issue, if he keeps pulling me over, then he's harassing me. I'm going to sit there and drive.
It's not harassment. He's advised you that you're not able to drive. Correct?
Okay, so...
Has he advised you to call a licensed driver to come get you?
No.
Okay, well, I'm advising you that. Call a licensed driver to come drive your vehicle, and you can drive...
No, it's my private owned vehicle. I have every right to drive.
Okay, here's
I
the
get
thing.
a different...
First of all, you're using driving and travelling interchangeably when they are two completely different words with different meanings. Travelling is a right, driving isn't. Also, I like how he almost asked the supervisor for another supervisor because he doesn't like what he's hearing from this one. The truth hurts, I guess.
You're
not even having me look it up.
No,
I'm standing up for my rights.
I don't need to look it up.
Why don't you need to look it up? I'm asking. That's the thing. You guys,
you
under
can
oath,
argue-
you guys do
you
your
can
due
argue
diligence
it
to
in
educate
court.
yourself.
You can argue it in court. You can
I
argue
know.
it through the
I know
legislature.
that. I know that. Yes.
But they need to change the law, and that's what I'm telling you. If you want
The
to be able
law-
to say that you don't have to have a
my
driver's
goodness.
license, then the legislators over in Olympia need to change the law to say you don't have to have a driver's license to drive in the state.
That's what it says. And you're not even looking it up. You won't even look it up. So can you look it up? Can we both go to your car and look it up? Because I need to get these kids to school, and you guys need to be educated more on it. I'm serious.
Says the guy who couldn't point to one single RCW when challenged on it, and then ignores the 10th Amendment of the Constitution because he's either ignorant of it or worse still because it's inconvenient to him. His kids are still late for school and probably freezing in the car, by the way.
No, I don't need to be educated more on it because I know what the law states. That's what you don't seem to understand. You and I.
That's what you cops don't understand. No, I know we're not going to agree because you guys are one directed mind. You guys are only directed under your guys' whatever book or traveling thing that whatever education you guys go under. But you guys don't educate yourselves and continue to educate yourselves on things, on laws, on constitutional rights. And that's the thing. You're violating my constitutional right to travel. I have the freedom to life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness.
Washington State says that you have to have a
But it
valid
does not
driver's license to
from
operate a
Supreme
vehicle.
Court or the Constitution.
Washington State can be more stringent
Oh my
than the Supreme
goodness.
Court or the U.S. Constitution.
Okay, so then why can't we look up the revised Code of Washington, Title 46?
What do you want to look up in Title 46?
We will look up.
Title.
We will look up the vehicle travel, aka the right to travel.
That is not anywhere in Title 46.
Are you serious?
I'm positive. That title is not in there anywhere.
And surprise, surprise, if you pump vehicle travel, aka the right to travel, into Google, it takes you to righttotravel.com. And if you scroll down to the bottom of this well put together website, you'll find that exact quote with the misinformation this guy is spouting beneath it.
This chapter may be cited as a Uniform Commercial Driver's License Act.
Yeah.
Short title.
Yeah. So there is a UCR, right?
So can we look those up?
For commercial drivers, because have you heard of different classes of licenses?
Yeah, different classes of licenses,
like
and I
Class A,
don't follow
Class B,
under
Class
those.
C.
Yes, and I don't follow under
those
those.
are commercial licenses.
Yes, then
that
that's
allows you
what
to drive heavy trucks.
and that's what you guys are supposed to be ticketing. That's what you guys are supposed to be ticketing. I don't follow. I don't follow under that. I don't follow under that.
Exactly, you don't fall under that statute because you're not driving a commercial vehicle. You're a non-commercial driver, so you require a non-commercial driver's license. States issue both categories. You guys have taken something fairly simple to grasp, put it in a blender, and then you try to make sense of what comes out of the other end.
And that's what I'm saying. But I mean, it's okay. I'm not trying to, hassle you guys or anything. I'm just sticking my rights, stand up for my rights. But the thing is that I have every right to travel in my private owned vehicle. I have every right, for my personal property, I have every right to travel. If I was speeding, I'm sorry, you ticketed me for that. I will take that up with the court. But I have every right to travel. Now, if I'm traveling down the road...
Let me ask you a question. So you believe that you're allowed to travel without a driver's license?
Yes.
And you're telling him that it's okay that he wrote you for a speeding ticket. So why do you have to follow the speed limit?
I don't have to follow the speed limit.
So you can drive as fast as you want.
As long as I'm being safe.
Where does that say that in the Title 46?
You know what? I'll go through it with court and everything.
Right.
This is getting embarrassing at this point. I would just give up and call an Uber if I were you. If you're having trouble convincing this cop, then how do you expect to hold your own against a judge?
I'm just saying that if you guys are going to harass me for traveling in my private owned vehicle, then you guys are going to be committing a
It's not harassment for us to tell you you don't have a valid driver's license, so you can't drive.
Well,
You know that you don't have a valid driver's license.
I'm going to drive in my personal vehicle.
You're going to get another ticket.
And I'll get another ticket.
Okay.
And then I'm going to drive again. And I'm going to drive again. And again, and again, and again, until I get the kids to school. If you guys arrest me, then you guys arrest me, which is a criminal offense against you guys. You guys are supposed to be peace officers. And you guys are supposed to understand. I'm not trying to commit no crimes. I'm just trying to get the kids to school.
If this is you not trying to commit crimes, then I would hate to see the damage you could unleash by trying. Also, I'm still not happy that you're willing to drive your kids around in an unlicensed, uninsured and unregistered vehicle while speeding because you believed some nonsense on a right to travel website. But I will give him this, he is persistent, and if he could redirect that enthusiasm into something more positive, I think he could be fairly successful. Also, these cops have been really patient with him, so much so that while they've been talking, one of the cops has been in his car printing out different definitions to show him how wrong he is.
And every other supervisor has been lenient and understanding. They've even helped me sit there and look it up and everything. You're the only one that's not doing that.
So we read some definitions. There's some definitions for you.
Okay.
I don't know what you want me to look up. Nowhere in Title 46 does it say you have a right to travel. It does not say that anywhere.
Okay, so what one is this one for?
We printed off the definition of recreational vehicle for you.
Okay, where's
we printed off
recreational vehicle?
the definition of motor vehicle. We printed
Where's
off license
recreational
required wind.
License required rights and restrictions. No person may drive a motor vehicle upon a highway in state without first obtaining a driver's license issued to Washington. A valid a motor vehicle. I'm not a motor vehicle.
Okay. Well, I printed off the definition.
I'm not a motor vehicle.
Well,
I'm a
there's a definition of
recreational vehicle. Did you print off recreational vehicle?
It's in there too.
Motor vehicle. Motor vehicles include a neighborhood electric car, golf cart. Motor vehicle excludes a electric personal assisted motor, a power golf cart, a moped, a personal delivery device as defined. A personal delivery device as defined, which is my car. A personal delivery device. It's traveling. That's what it is.
Dude, you've just described an electrically powered device intended primarily to transport property on sidewalks and crosswalks, which can only weigh less than 120 pounds with a maximum speed of 6 miles per hour. So no, it's not a personal delivery device. This guy is a complete joke and an embarrassment to the sovereign citizen movement. Anyway, now they look up the definition of a recreational vehicle, which obviously doesn't fit the description either. But let's see where he goes with this.
And that's not what you told me before. You told me it was
It's
a recreational vehicle, which is why you were able to do that.
Yes.
That's not a personal delivery device. It's a recreational vehicle, right? Which is what you told me it was. So now
Either
go to
way.
the definition of recreational vehicle. I provided it for you.
Okay, where's recreational vehicle?
I think it was the first one that you had. The very first piece.
Very first piece of paperwork. Vehicle. This is a motor vehicle.
Yeah, go.
That's not
next
recreational.
page. Oh, it might be the folded one. Yep. This one all the way back. That one. That's what it was. So flip it over.
Flip it over.
Yep. Turn it over. There you go. Now rotate. Okay. And the recreational vehicle is right there. Flip it as well. No.
No, I know.
Oh, okay.
It says a means to travel trailer, motorhome, truck, camping trailer that is primarily designed and used as temporary living quarters. Mm-hmm. It is either self-propelled or mounted on or drawn by another vehicle. Is transient, which means travel, is not occupied as a primary residence, and is not immobilized or permanently affixed to a manufactured mobile home. Mm-hmm. That's not what my car is. My car is a personal
Your vehicle
automobile.
is not a recreational vehicle as you said it was before, which is why you said you had the right to
A recreational, okay, it's an automobile.
Right, so we're back to it being an automobile again. Okay. But he has one last stab at the recreational vehicle definition section. But the cop soon buries that one when it turns out he's reading a subsection definition of a mobile home park. No, I am not joking.
It's a privately owned automobile, and at the same time, it states up here that you have every right to enjoy. You have a right to present and use the enjoyment of the real property.
You're reading a subsection definition of mobile home park.
Okay.
So yeah, you have every right to enjoy a mobile home park if you want.
You can keep dancing around this definition all day long and call your vehicle a privately owned automobile, personal automobile, recreational vehicle, or my favourite from now on, a personal delivery device. It will not change the fact that what you are driving is a motor vehicle. The manufacturer calls it a motor vehicle and the law recognises it as one. And nothing you say or do will change that.
We're not gonna.
These are all mobile homes. These are all mobile. This is not a vehicle. This is not a personal automobile.
I've tried to provide you with documentation for you to read and understand definitions. Okay. I'm doing what I can for you.
Okay.
Obviously, we're at a difference of opinion here.
Yes, I appreciate
However, my opinion still stands that if you drive, you're going to get another ticket for driving.
Okay.
So you need to get. This could have been solved by you getting a licensed driver to drive.
I'm not going to do it.
Okay, that's fine, and I'll write you a ticket for driving again.
Okay.
I've told you before. I told you again. That's going to happen.
So you're going to waste your time on a non-ticket when you should be
I'm not going to waste
crime.
my time. I'm going to sit here and write my report because this is going to be a little bit of a lengthy report.
But that's what I'm saying. But you're going to focus on me taking my kids to school and pulling me over, which you're stalking me at that point. If I don't commit a crime, if I don't commit an infraction, if I'm driving just fine, you guys don't have a right to pull me over.
Incorrect. So we're not going to have this conversation here anymore. All right. We've said
I'm
our
gonna take
piece.
the kids to school.
You said your piece.
You guys pull me over. You pull me over. I'm gonna take the kids to school. I'm gonna take the kids to school. I gotta get my kids to school. I'm being a parent right now.
I understand what you're
saying.
saying.
And I'm protecting my family from my rights.
I understand what you're saying.
And if you guys want to be assholes about it, then I will take every ticket that you guys want to throw at me.
Okay.
I need to get my kids to school.
Understood.
And I appreciate you guys talking with me. I don't mean to be a dick back to you guys, but I'm just saying I have my rights, and I will go to court, and I will hash it out in court.
And that
I
is
don't
well
mean
within
any
your right to
personal
do.
thing against you guys.
Fair enough.
And here's what I'm telling you, is that all of that paperwork you've been provided, all of the information you've been provided,
Yes.
you need to look at that.
Say what?
Hey, you cannot, you can't harass my passenger. You cannot harass my passenger.
Follow me?
I'm not following you. I'm going to and I'm not obstructing anything. You cannot harass my passenger.
Of course somebody has a protection order out against him. Why am I not surprised? Also, it's not harassment for him to speak to the passenger. You need to add that and stalking to the growing list of words that you don't understand.
Order violation.
There's not an order violation.
Okay, well, what's her name?
I don't need to tell you her name.
No, but I have a legal right to investigate this part.
For what?
Order violation. Stay with him. Here.
I stand right here.
So here's the thing. You're causing yourself more problems.
Okay, but I'm just
Right.
saying. Now you guys are fishing. You guys are fishing.
We're not fishing.
Yes, you guys already
If
gave
you have
my
a valid-
ticket.
if you have a
guys
valid
already gave
order.
my ticket. Yes, you guys already gave my ticket. He's already been gone. Your original officer here. Now he's fishing.
Do you have a valid order?
A valid order?
Yeah. A valid restraining order or protection order.
But I wasn't doing anything for you guys to sit there and even start.
decided to
A
stay
judge,
here.
a judge
You guys
issues
are
the
illegal.
orders.
I know, but now you guys are illegal
Not
search
us.
and seizure in my car. He opened my door.
I did.
He opened my
Yeah,
door.
he can.
Yes, illegal
He
search and
can
seizure.
ask her a question.
Yeah, after you guys fished for everything.
Fish?
Yeah, you guys are
What do you
fishing.
mean?
He stood in there and he's pulling all my reports and everything.
Did you ask us to?
Okay, that's true.
You did. You
okay.
asked us to.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
true. That's true. Okay. Okay.
Even if you didn't, they can investigate you to find out if you have warrants or orders of protection out against you. That's kind of their job.
So back to your motor vehicle question. You should read that.
I'm going right here.
Provided
No,
ID
you can
that
stay right here.
letters is Sierra Bird, not Tierra.
Okay.
So now you can get out of my way, please.
Does she have a license?
No.
Nobody has a license.
Okay, so we're done.
I'm not done with the supervisor.
Okay. No, that's fine. I just meant our portion of investigating that is done.
What's your name?
Sherman.
Sherman?
Yes.
Okay, so here's the thing. I don't know what else you want me to tell you. The law plainly states that you have to have a driver's license to operate a motor vehicle.
For hire.
And here's no, not for hire. There's nothing about that in there. And we've gone back and forth now about how you say it's a recreational vehicle, and now it's a personal delivery device. You can try to find anything you want out of this, but it's not going to work.
Okay, but that's the automobile one.
What part of "it's not going to work" do you not understand? Showing him more nonsense paperwork with the word automobile written on it isn't going to magically change his mind. He knows the law, you don't.
I'm not licensed, I'm not registered, I'm a privately owned automobile. The rights and restrictions under that one.
So you realize that this definition that you're handing me is from 1915. Do you realize that? This is from
1950.
This is from session the 14th session of 1915.
Yes.
And
Which
I
is
already
part of
handed
the
you
yes.
4620-005 what the current one is. You're trying to hand us that. I already gave that to you.
So this says a motor vehicle shall include all vehicles or machines propelled by any power other than muscular, used upon the public highways for the transportation of persons, freight, produce, or any commodity except traction engines temporarily upon the public highway road rollers, or made of road-making machines upon rails or tracks.
Yes, now what's the next part?
So do you understand?
Yes,
do
I
you
understand.
understand this is from 1915?
Yes, now the automobile part.
So this is over 100 years old.
And that's fine.
Do you believe the laws have changed or been revised in the last 100 years?
For my constitutional right, it says that I have every right to travel. At my private affair, I have every right to travel.
Sherman, I can't help you anymore.
Okay,
But
that's totally fine. That's totally fine.
Like the deputies told you, we're not gonna see eye.
Yeah, I know.
And you can't hand me something from 1915
Okay, I
and
know,
expect
I'll go to
me
court.
to
I'll go to
me to
court.
say, oh yeah, this is valid.
Okay, I'm gonna go to court and I'll deal with it there.
Perfect.
I'm just trying to, get your guys' education because every other officer looked through all my stuff and they sat there and
I'm
read the report.
educated up to 2023.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna get these kids to school.
So-
You guys pull me over. I'll take the ticket. You guys cannot arrest me. If you guys can keep giving me tickets, I need to get my kids to school. I'm not trying to be a dick or anything. I'm a father.
I don't think you're trying to be a dick, and nobody's told you that.
Okay, well, you can't stop me from traveling.
Well, we can stop you because you don't have a driver's license. Why did the deputy stop you?
For speeding?
For speeding.
Yes, and I
Okay.
was sorry for that, and he ticketed me for that.
So he made a valid traffic stop on you because
Yes.
you were violating the speed limit.
Yes, but
Right?
now I have every right to travel.
And now he is found because what is he allowed to ask you for? Per Washington state law.
But I don't have to.
What have you? What? No.
If only if I commit a crime.
Per Washington state law, what are you required to provide?
If I commit a crime or if I signed under a license, which I'm not signed under a license. When I sign that license, then that means I am agreeing to abide by your guys' law. I don't have a license, and I'm
so
not.
you're telling me you don't have to abide by Washington state law?
When I don't sign that license, yes. And I'll go to court and they'll sit there and read that. They'll understand that. The person that goes through all those definitions, everything.
The arrogance of this guy is incredible. The fact that he says he doesn't need to abide by the law because he didn't sign up for a license is both dangerous and irresponsible. Having a driver's license not only shows who you are, but it shows you've had the training and the skills to operate a motor vehicle. And now I'm hoping this deputy addresses this with him, especially because he has kids in the car with him.
So Title 9A in the revised Code of Washington says that you're not allowed to kill somebody, right? Murder in the first
No,
or second
no.
degree. So if you murder somebody, you
No.
have to abide by the law.
No, if I'm not harming, hurting, or committing any crime, therefore I do not have to ID myself.
Where is that in the revised Code of Washington? Which title?
Oh my goodness.
Well, it's somewhere in there, right? You're trying to educate
That's
us.
not what it says.
I will get all that information, and when I go to court, they will have that information too.
Okay.
Okay? But the thing is that I'm a father now, okay?
I can appreciate
Besides all that other stuff, besides all what we're going through, I'm a father. I gotta get my kids to school. Okay? If you I'll get my kids to school. If you guys pull me back on the way back, ticket me again, okay. But I need to get my kids to school, and that's what I'm gonna do. If you ticket me, then ticket me. I'm sorry, but I need to get them to school.
Just so I understand, you are refusing to call a licensed driver, and you're going to endanger the welfare of your kids driving without a license.
No. You're escalating stuff.
I'm not escalating it.
That's escalating. You're trying to make me escalate something. You're trying to sit there and fish for something. You're trying to throw more stuff on me.
What am I fishing for?
I don't know. But I'm going to sit here, I'm going to get a valid driver's license, and then I'm going to take off.
That sounds great.
Right, so that's where the video ends, with him agreeing to get a licensed driver, but the car is still uninsured and unregistered, and if he drives it, he will be pulled over again. So it shouldn't be going anywhere else but the impound lot, in my opinion. That's where it would be going here in the UK. Anyway, I do think all three cops, specifically the sergeant, did a fantastic job of calling him out on his knowledge or lack of knowledge of the law, and explained the law really well to him, even though they were under no obligation to. Did he take it on board? I'm guessing not. He was too fixated on that stupid paperwork downloaded from the righttotravel.com. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this really long video, then please leave me a like, share the video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you also to my channel members and patrons for your continued support. Right, take care all, and I will catch you in the next video.